morning. Welcome to Wet Winnipeg. I always hate it when the weatherman is right when he's predicting it's going to be miserable the next day. Well, it's the next day and it's miserable. But yesterday was beautiful. It was beautiful. I got out. Now, I had a really, you might call it, pleasant surprise this morning. Usually when I first get up, I'll check my email, and then I'll check the comments. I got a comment from a viewer here in Winnipeg. Yeah, there actually is one. Anyway, and what's really a coincidence is I'll dub it down. I'll drop it down. Okay, so yeah. He saw me when I was out on my bike. What a coincidence. And I don't know if you happen to be watching this particular episode right now, but thank you for that comment. You know when I was out and I was talking to Don and Bridget there a couple of weeks ago on my e-bike, and I was congratulating them for, coming for walking every day across the bridge, rain or shine, snow, sleet, everything. They did it, and I was congratulating them, and Don says, "You made my day." Well, you know what? That comment from that viewer telling me that he had seen me, that made my day. Now I can actually remember that. I can remember when I went past, when I was going into the what we call the McIver Mall, and I turn around there, and it's sort of good practice because you got to sort of weave your way again. There's pedestrians and children running around and all this sort of thing. You got to really watch so you get good practice. So that's why I go through there. I need all the practice I can get. That's why I come to a full stop at every stop sign, because I need the practice of balancing and getting started out on this bigger, heavier machine that I'm not really quite used to. Anyway, so I can remember the first time I saw him, and he was out there, and I remember wondering, I wonder if he's going to still be out there, and at the corner of at the fire hall, and on his lawnmower. This is getting kind of jumbled and convoluted and not making sense. But anyway, I remember thinking as I was coming along, I could see that he was looking at me. And I made an extra effort to be as unwobbly as possible, because this guy's a fireman. He probably can drive a motorcycle with his eyes shut. So you want to do a really good job. Anyway, I actually remember the incident of seeing him on the lawnmower. And then when I got that comment, like I say, that made my day. Yeah, okay. Now, about the model ship. We are done step 32. Yeah, I was thinking yesterday when I was fixing my mistake here, I was thinking now we can glue these pieces together, and so I sat down here this morning and I'm looking at 32. Well, nowhere does it show these pieces that we've done actually going together as a mini module, which are later going to become the main module. Okay, step 33. Yes, let's recompose here and see if we can put some parts together. I don't have any news. The weather is terrible. There's no sunrise. I haven't seen Don and Bridget yet, but I'm sure that if they did walk across the bridge, although there was a bit of a lull there about an hour ago, and actually the streets were starting to dry up a little bit. Well, it's raining again now, so anyway, yeah, let's recompose here and see what we can do. I saw you coming. Morning, Max.
Hi. She doesn't like the wet.
Well, neither do I. Neither do I.
She had a pee, but that's all that's happening. She'll even walk on the sidewalk rather than be on the wet grass. That's the poodle in her, not the Labrador Retriever.
Well, we're not going to try and trick you this morning. We're just going to give you the good stuff to start with. We'll give you the good stuff to start with, yeah.
I don't know how it looks for motorcycle riding today.
I don't think it's too good.
You heard the thunderstorm this morning, eh?
Yes, I did. And then it started to dry up, and I thought, oh, okay. And then about an hour ago, it started to rain again.
She's happy there on the warm carpet. She says, "Go home, Dad. I'm staying here." Oh well, that's it for the bacon. We might as well hit the road.
Yeah.
We go score a Timbit off Mommy now.
It doesn't look too promising out there.
It does not. It's good to see you. You look well.
Well, thank you. So do you. Hey, I like your jumper. Yep, Missy the dog does not like to have her feet wet. Now you'll notice I'm flipped back to step 32 here. The reason being is that just before Missy came, I was looking at 33, and I was realizing that this part right here, okay, already had this piece pictured glued on. So I guess technically speaking, we've got to get this piece in place first. And this is the first time I'm trying it. So now I've got to stop calling these things ladders. They're railings. Had a viewer ask me, are they ladders or are they railings? Well, they're railings. And like I commented to him, I just can't get ladders out of my head because that's what they look like. Well, that looks like it's going to fit. Okay, so that we have to do here in step 32. So let's do it, because in 33 is when we mount this on the other side. So, okay, let's recompose and move in just a little bit here and see if we can put this on without breaking our railing off. I think that ideally, when we put this together, this ladder, oh, there we go again. This railing is supposed to meet up with this piece that we glued in here, but clearly it's not going to. Clearly it's not going to. Now it does look like, yeah, okay, these tabs, yeah, they're kind of going in place now. Let's not break it off now. Let's not break it off. I think maybe what I'll do is I'm going to just bring some glue in right there and just let it sort of wick its way in. We are going to be putting another part here. I think it's this one right here. Looks like it'll fit. So any mess that we make right here, we're not going to see it anyway. Oh, I was thinking afterwards that I was talking about why I come to a full stop on my motorbike, and there's another reason as well. Well, I guess to be honest with you, the main reason is technically, if you don't come to a full stop, you can get a ticket. And the last thing I need is to be getting a ticket. And some cranky police officer recommending that I get retested. And when you're at my age, you don't want to be retested. So you want to avoid that kind of thing as much as you can here. Okay, and the other reason that I come to a full stop is because if I come to a rolling stop on the motorcycle, that means you're going super slow so that it looks like you're stopped. And I'm not a trick rider, you know. So yeah, if you come to a rolling stop and you still got your feet on the pegs, well, it's kind of easy to fall over. Now we want to get that in there, not on the outside of it. So yeah, that's why. Another reason. There's the three reasons, but I guess the main reason is you're supposed to come to a full stop. Now I'm not a goody-goody two-shoes by any means, and I have to readily admit that when I'm driving my car, I don't always come to a full stop. And oh, by the way, today is July the 1st. It's July the 1st in Canada, anyway. I don't know what it is where you are. And yeah, this seems to be going in pretty good now. And on July the 1st, we don't have to slow down for the school zones Monday through Friday from, 7:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the afternoon or something. So that's going to be kind of a bonus, because that's a bit of a nuisance. And I have to readily admit that every once in a while, both in the car and on the motorcycle, I've missed that. Okay, so this is supposed to go. So is this railing now supposed to mount on this edge? I think so. I think it mounts right on the edge. So I might have to kind of use a bit of a holder downer here to hold this, because it's going to want to, as soon as I glue it and let go of it, it's going to spring back. So I think I'm going to employ a holder downer system going on here. And I was going to say maybe I'll use the quick setting. The problem is that the quick setting does not have the melding properties that the extra thin has. In other words, it just dries too fast. So, okay, let's recompose here and see if we can rig up some kind of a holder downer system so that we can hold this so it's going to glue on there the way it's supposed to. It's almost there, but not quite. Okay, I think I've basically got it here. I've even got it glued a tiny little bit right here on this upright piece. We'll just give it a little bit more time before we release the clamp. Now the idea of the clamp was because I realized after the last shot that it had to be fastened properly right in here in this corner. There was a tab there that was not in the slot. Well, it's in the slot now. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I think I probably could take the clamp off and this part would stay there. But we'll give it another couple of minutes. In the meantime, now we can officially flip over to step 33. Here we are in step 33. And if you see this drawing right here, you'll know what I was talking about. This part is already shown that it's in place. So that's why we had to turn back to 32. Alright. Probably about 2 hours has passed, maybe more, since I glued that up. Excuse me. And now we want to do the same idea on this side. Once again, this is the first time I'm trying it, so it might look a little bit klutzy here. Get a better hold on it. There we go. Try and get those tabs in place. I'm probably going to have to rely on the extra thin again to soften the paint and what have you that's down in the slots. We got to get 3 tabs in all at the same time. Okay, there's the tab that goes right here, which is on the end here, and then there's these other 2 tabs. So they all got to sort of go together a little bit like a puzzle. Maybe I'm going to have to just turn this just a little bit away from your field of view and a little bit better into my field of view here. Okay, I'm going to have to press stop. Okay, I've got it. All 3 tabs are in place, and it's glued and clamped. However, right here, no, I almost said ladder again. This railing is not touching this part right here. It would be nice if it did. It almost does. Now I did put a little bit of glue to rehydrate this joint right here, hoping it would pull away, but so far it really hasn't. So I may have to just glue the ladder down, you know, onto the side of the bunk, and from arm's length it's going to be believable, although that's not where ideally it should be. Or maybe if I was to just try it one more time. It's probably about 4 minutes ago that I put it on. It's probably dried. Okay. You know, this is kind of fun, folks. I know it'd be really, really nice to have the submarine mounted on the wall and the LEDs hooked up and everything like that, and you know, being able to start on the next big kit, whatever it happens to be. Right now it looks like it's probably not going to be the Yamato, but that's the way it goes. There's lots of other really nice kits out there that are 1/200 scale. Yeah, this is just not pulling away here. I don't want to get too, you know, put too much stress on it and have something snap. As you can see, it's very close to being just right on, but not close enough. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, maybe I could even use Tony's tweezers here, just sort of like a holder down right to hold it in place, and something, no, not, I need something a little bit heavier. Then there's the risk that if I let go too soon, it'll pull away. Okay, and enough with this. Okay, I'm going to use a small screwdriver here as a lever. Just carefully see if that's going to pull loose yet. Yeah, it's coming out. Oh, it came out too far. Let's poke it back in. Now, all right, now this one right here that I'm touching right there, that almost comes out and touches this piece right here, but not quite. I wonder if I was to hydrate this one as well and just pull them both slightly out. Okay. Now, don't want to do it too far. Okay. All right. Now, I think it's about in the right place. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to repaint here. Now, I'm going to rely on the fact that this is going to sort of meld together. Okay, I think we've pretty much got it here. Yeah, I think that after this does its melding thing, and then I touch it up a little bit, if I bother. You know me, I talk about touching up and then I sometimes don't. In fact, I usually don't. Anyway, yeah, that turned out okay. Okay, I just looked up into my monitor and I realized that you couldn't really see this area over here, so you didn't really know what I was talking about, so that's why we're doing this second shot here. And I think that this is probably going to meld okay. I have this feeling like I want to poke at it and see if it's dry yet, but I think that would be stupid to do, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, something seems to have changed in my camera here. I'm not getting as wide a view as I normally do. I'm in the FX mode, or should I be in the DX mode? I always thought that FX was the wide one. Or is it DX is the wide one? Anyway, it's something I never changed, so I'm going to experiment with that and find out what happened. Anyway, the camera's working. I'm just not getting that wide view that I normally get. I'm going to call her quits here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I get a coffee visitor, and he's going to be here in a little over an hour. So I'm going to wrap it up. Give this lots of time to glue. Let's see. You can still see it. Yeah, you can. Normally, I can have this further down on the table, and you can still see it. So, yeah. I wonder what happened there. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow. Okay, I got to thinking about it later, and I knew that if I had the sensor size adjusted right for the larger lenses, could possibly it have something to do with the electronic vibration reduction, because I knew that when that's turned on, it crops a little bit on the sides to allow for movement, and when I checked, I found that somehow I must have inadvertently turned that on. So when I turned it off, we're back to normal. Yeah, just thought I'd let you know.